Welcome back to the show. Mastercard launches first CBDC-Linked card. Oh, you heard that right. We're going to get into that. Global banks are inquiring about Bitcoin, but wait a minute. I have some stuff you need to look at. And then we're going to get Coinbase's $77 billion valuation right now. Come on in. Yeah, the democratization of banking. And Gary Gensler on deck. Head on a swivel out here. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, the crypto space, well over 1.5 trillion collectively. Bitcoin still raging over $51,000 per Bitcoin right now, $51,054.22, and it just went up. 954 billion plus for the market cap of Bitcoin. XRP coming in at 53.77, 53 cents. And let's go ahead and get started this morning. Let's start right here with the new valuation of Coinbase coming in at $77 billion based on trading of the company's privately held shares. Oh my, oh my. That is one hell of a valuation, and I can only begin to think what the valuation for Ripple would be when they intend to IPO. We will keep an eye on that. That is one hell of a number, and this space is so young yet. I want to remind people that are new to this space, Fidelity is also partnered with Coinbase. I just see things getting bigger and bigger and bigger for Coinbase and Fidelity. So Tom Robertson, co-founder of major British crypto firm Elliptic, told Telegraph Wednesday that his company saw a massive surge in Bitcoin-related inquiries from global banks. But were they positive? Look, we got some things to consider here, and I don't show this to you as a maxi. I say, oh, damn, I'm not even trying to be a maxi. Charles Hoskinson is dropping truth bombs on Bitcoin. This is courtesy of Digital Asset Investor. Listen to this very quick clip of Charles Hoskinson, the creator of ADA, and Cardano. Let me tell you what, this guy is very, very honest, straightforward, and I don't think you can say it any more clear than he does right here. Listen.
Bitcoin is only valuable because it's valuable. It has no technological advantage. It's actually the least advanced of all the cryptocurrencies. The least feature risk. There's no reason for it other than the fact that it exists. And if the value plummets, no one will mine it, and then you lose all your security. So the minute that it gets flipped by another cryptocurrency, unless they can find a way to actually innovate again, Bitcoin will die.
Wow. Whoa. Major comments coming from Charles Hoskinson. And listen, it's just what it is. Here's another one that I showed yesterday from Digital Asset Investor. Store of value, yes, because the marketing program has been successful. Bitcoin was never the one. Listen to this question on the tail end of this clip just to hear where Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank that oversees 17 to 19 nations in the European Union, listen to her thoughts on Bitcoin here.
I think it has in many ways been exploited in a funny way, yes.
Bitcoin's been exploited in a funny way, yes, she says. Now listen to this.
I claim that character because...
So I can't resist. There's a question from a subscriber, Harry, and I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How likely are the world's central banks to hold Bitcoin as part of their reserve currency?
Very unlikely. I think I would say it's out of the question, actually.
Wow, it is out of the question. So when we come back here to this little comment from Tom Robertson, co-founder of British crypto firm Elliptic, you have to wonder, what are those inquiries really adding up to? We will keep an eye on it, but I really do feel like when you see Janet Yellen and Christine Lagarde and knowing that Christine Lagarde has been a huge advocate of using distributed ledger technology and blockchain payment networks, and that she has been explicitly clear in saying that it is not Bitcoin that she's talking about when she has that conversation. You have to ask yourself, when they're talking about economic developments and challenges and going green and being carbon neutral and doing what they can in the financial system to lessen the stress on everyone through every aspect of the payment system, you have to ask yourself, what is the conversation they're having? I mean, she's very vocal that Bitcoin is not the answer. We will see. But here is some more news coming from South Africa. Announced Project Coca 2 to explore the use of both wholesale central bank digital currency and wholesale settlement token, in other words, for interbank use. Oh my. Listen, 80% of all central banks are in some phase of testing and creating to launch a central bank digital currency. Don't believe it. It's still true. Now, here we move to this, and this is banks, fintechs, big tech duke it out over digital first. 60% of those aged 31 to 42, a key banking demographic in terms of income spend, would be likely to open payment accounts with Amazon, Apple, Google if they were offered. Now, this is the democratization of banking right here. And I think this is foreshadowing what we're going to see. We know Amazon has talked about and had discussions about it becoming a bank or getting into the banking business. And imagine if Amazon were to offer banking services to all of its customers, it would instantly be the largest bank in the world, now wouldn't it? I think we're going to see more of this, and I think this is a true telltale sign of where banking is going to go. It is not going to be what we have grown up to know what banking is. Everything is moving through a transformation, and it will never be the same again. And I think this is just about as good an example as you could get to where we're going. And that's not to forget that there's neobanks too, right? So you don't have to have the brick and mortar banks. Most of these entities, when they do launch banking services, will probably be in the form of a neobank, where they would just be a site and have nodes, and there won't be any brick and mortar to them, more than likely. We will see. But here's something interesting. This is Mastercard and Island Pay launch first world's central bank digital currency, world's first central bank digital currency linked to their prepaid cards. I think you're going to want all of this article. It's not very long, but it is important to understand what's going on here. This partnership is an example of how private and public sector can rethink what's possible. While delivering the strongest levels of consumer protection and regulatory compliance, we're creating a lot more possibilities for government, shoppers, and merchants, allowing them to transact an entirely new form of payment. This is really, really remarkable. It says a digital sand dollar is issued by Central Bank of the Bahamas and carries the same value and consumer protections as traditional Bahamian dollar. The digital currency can be used to facilitate government disbursements, offer additional payment choices, and build a more inclusive economy. The Bahamas, there are 700 small islands and more than 5,000 square miles of water. Cash money movement becomes costly, which makes a central bank digital currency a preferred digital payment in the region. In the future, the sand dollar will be offered to tourists. Originally piloted in 2019, the sand dollar became the first fully deployed digital version of the country's fiat currency in October of 2020. At that time, the sand dollar was exclusively accessed by registered users through a digital app. As select merchants, Island Pay, mobile wallets, users can decide if they want to transact in sand dollars or Bahamian dollars at merchants using the mobile app. Now, the mobile app has been around for some time. Now, there was a part I wanted to read here, down here. Let me get this. Mastercard is global technology company in the payment industry. Our mission is connect, empower, an inclusive digital economy that benefits everyone, everywhere, by making transactions safe, simple, smart, and accessible using secure data and networks, partnerships, and passion. Our innovations and solutions help individuals, financial institutions, governments, and businesses realize their greatest potential. Our decency quotient, or DQ, drives our culture and everything we do inside and outside our company, with connections across more than 210 countries and territories. We are building a sustainable world that unlocks priceless possibilities for all. There you have it. Like I said, Island Pay's been around since 2016. But the integration of the CBDC, the world's first central bank digital currency linked to a prepaid Mastercard, this is remarkable. It is happening right before our eyes. Now, this is something else that we got to keep an eye on too. We've been looking for the country to get down to all of our business, which is getting the nominees to the respective market regulator agencies filled, getting those slots filled. Gary Gensler is one of them. The news we have thus far is nominations sent to the Senate. Gary Gensler of Maryland to be a member of the Securities Exchange Commission for the remainder of the term expiring June 5th, 2021. That was, obviously Jay Clayton before then, to be a member of the commission for term expiring June 5th, 2026. So they are just stating here, what I take from this is that he is to fill the remainder of Jay Clayton's term and then take his term until 2026. Here is another post that was also sent out to me as well. And shout out to everyone who sent this to me. I got it from several different sources. I know Big Skinny was one of them, and then a couple others, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And it says here, on February 3rd, received in the Senate and referred to the Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Again, it just describes here Gary Gensler of Maryland to be the member of Securities and Exchange Commission for the term expiring June 5th, 2026. Reappointment, it says. So we will keep an eye on this, but I tell you, I think this is something that we should be seeing very soon about his confirmation hearing, because look, they have everything. All the political winds are in favor of the current president and the administration. They don't have anything holding them back. Pretty much whatever they want to do, they can go ahead and do. So now that we got the nonsense out of the way that they've addressed in the first part of the term entering office, maybe we can actually get down to doing all of the country's business, which is let's get these slots filled so we can get digital innovation going. And it's not just so we can all get rich, because we want that part too. The bigger part of this is the velocity of money. An economy doesn't exist without it. And you know what? The global economy right now doesn't have the velocity of money it needs. And in order to get it and to get the world back to work, just like we want to get everybody back healthy, we need to employ digital currencies to accelerate the velocity of money and to jumpstart this economy as quickly as possible. That's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Mastercard launching the first world CBDC-Linked card. It is already happening right now. And keep an eye out for more information from Gary Gensler. It's time to see these confirmation hearings ring in with a scheduled date, and I'll catch all of you on the next one. Take care.